let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me. No, let me know that love is all around me. What's that sound? That love is all around me. Can y'all hear me there? Yes. Let me know. Uh-oh. Let me know. You know how you do something wrong and then you try to be a little soft with it, hoping so nobody will see it. But right about now, something's going on. You know, check 1, 2. Let me know that love is all around me. Can you hear that, Valerie? You can hear that bumble? Come on into the live screen. This is my friend Susan, and this is my friend Valerie-Joi Fiddmont. There she goes. Valerie-Joi Fiddmont is in. These are my, well, that's our producer, but this is my co-host tonight, Valerie-Joi Fiddmont, who's joining us right from the gate. Yes. Yeah. And I was trying to get a little sound thing here, but it seems that it doesn't want me to sing. But
no.
Let's see. But check. Maybe I can find out some other things that are going on over here to help us out. But my beautiful nephew, who does all of my sound, had jury duty, and so he had to disconnect everything for the Soul Sisters retreat. He put everything back together very quickly for me today, and so this is what we got. Weta Joy, hey, come on into the room. Weta in the house. So we're not going to let it stop us. If it's got a little bundle, just act like we're on the covered wagon going across the desert, you know, and looking for, you know. We ain't looking for it. We know exactly where we're going. We're going out to the wild, wild west.
Let's do it.
We're gonna stop in Kansas City, Missouri. We're gonna stop in St. Louis. We're gonna stop in, where you from, Valerie?
I'm from Kansas City, and my mother is in St. Louis. So perfect.
Okay. So you from Kansas City, your mom's in St. Louis. We're gonna stop in Cleveland. I think that's where we're gonna pick up Sue in Ohio somewhere. Is that you, Sue, in Cleveland? Yeah. We're gonna stop in Georgia. We're gonna stop in North Carolina. We're gonna stop in Philadelphia. We're gonna stop in Hurdle Mills. We're going to stop in Virginia. We're going to stop all the way in Shannamoniki. We get Susan Ray King. Hey, Angie, we're going to stop up there in NoCal to pick you up too, baby. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Don't let me keep doing the same old dumb things over and over again. Let me line up with what's really holy, and walk in the way of the righteous, the right use of my gifts. Oh, Watsonville. Hey, Valerie. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. A very fine apostle that I listen to sometimes in the wee hours of the morning said, what is right comes with great benefits. He said, what is wrong comes with great consequences. I said, that's pretty interesting. What is right for you comes with great benefits. What is wrong comes with great consequences. So we're talking about our holiest holy expression, which is our life. It is our life, our creative expression on this journey, and where it takes us and what we get to bring to it. And I can't think of a better person that I'd like to have co-hosting with me right now, co-facilitating with me than Valerie-Joi Fiddmont. Hey, Valerie.
Hey, Rickie B.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm giving thanks. Yeah. So tell me, Valerie.
Me too.
Yeah, you are a pretty amazing being. And
Hmm.
check what's about to happen right now. Look at what's about to go down. Check. Did anything happen?
Nah, I see you. Fine. Everything's good here. I suppose, right?
I- yeah, I thought something big was about to happen though. I chose my Scarlet hadn't been chosen, but Miss Scarlet was chosen and still nothing happened. You know, sometimes you choose Scarlet and still don't get what you need. But it's all good. It's all wonderful, and reverb ain't all this trumped out to be. So let's get into it. Let's get into it
Right.
and give thanks for the people who are on with us tonight. You
Yes. Oh,
know,
yes.
yeah, we got Keith and from Idlewild, Weta Joe, Ayabodi Jackson. Yeah, yeah. Janice, come on into the room, everybody. Kim Forever, welcome back. Haven't seen you up here in a long time. And so, yeah. So we're going to jump in. Valerie-Joi Fiddmont, in my write-up about tonight's program, I said she is like my baby sister. And then I started writing why. Hey, Patricia. Hola, baby. And when I started writing why, I was like, she really is. She is, man. She's so much younger than I am. And she's very, very dynamic. So she's somebody I love to talk to because I can check where I'm coming from with the
Yes.
with the young preppers and see,
Oh,
yeah, see what's up. So let's go on into it, sis.
you know, so first of all, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I put on Facebook, and I never post hardly ever, but I
Mm-hmm.
put, this is a huge honor.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe that, for those of you who don't know, Rickie, I call her Rickie B, and the B stands for BE. Okay. But I've known Rickie for years. But and anytime we have a conversation, it's extraordinary. So I figure we're just gonna have an extraordinary conversation, and everybody's gonna hear it
Yeah.
tonight. But the focus is
Mm-hmm.
express yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
what I wanted to share with you, Rickie, while we were setting up, is if we don't share anything else tonight, if we don't do anything else, my desire, my hope, and my prayer is that we encourage us all and empower us all to just be who we are,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that authentic expression is what is needed in these very complex times.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I would have had the interest even in being the musician that I am if I hadn't met you. So, for those of you who don't know me, I was raised in the church. My grandfather, my father, my uncles, my aunts. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
greetings from St. Louis. Yes. uh,
Sharon, she's always on.
yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this has been my whole life, and then when I came into a new awareness around my spirituality, and more new thought, ancient wisdom kinds of
Mm-hmm.
teachings,
Mm-hmm.
most of the churches, the new thought churches, if you went, the people didn't look like me most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the music was like show tunes or, something that I didn't relate to. I grew up in the church, and I'm accustomed to that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
that musical experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think one of the first songs that I ever knew of yours, Rickie, was use me.
Mm,
And command my hands, and what must they do? Command my life is here for you.
mhm,
Speaking my language,
mm,
and
mhm,
gave me permission, so to
mhm,
speak, to be
mm,
myself and myself musically.
mhm.
And I just want to um, give you props for that and thank you for that, because I don't think I would be, who I am if I hadn't had that example. I just would have stopped.
Hey, it's
You know?
interesting. It's interesting because when I came into Agape, because I was in New Thought in the 70s, the mid 70s. You were just a little baby then, but I went to my first church, and in New Thought or community. It didn't really feel like a church. It didn't feel like a community. It was a lecture, but it was
Mhm.
a community. It did have its own community, but it was so weird from what it was that I knew of
Mhm.
gatherings, sacred gatherings. Can I say something that's really tacky right now?
You can
You
say
know how
whatever
you
you
turn
want.
around clothes, think it look good from the backwards. You know, you put it on backwards and you think it has that 50s look from you know it ain't working. But anyway, so if you see me doing this, that's because I got on shirt backwards. But anyway, so it's just like when so the church, the center that I went to was a lecture, pretty much. It had one song that a singer did, and then and that was the only place, that place, and Eric Butterworth, that Avery Fisher, who had a lecture. So everybody had a lecture, but music was not the major part. Music was not what was bringing people in. It was the lecture.
Mhm.
You know, the music. When I went to Founders, they had a big fancy choir. I didn't particularly care for the style of music they were singing, but they did have a choir. And when you have a choir with a lot of people, you got a lot of people in church because you know, there's a community that's building around a big choir. A lot of their families come to hear what they're doing,
Right.
you know. But I couldn't resonate with what I was hearing there. It was just not soulful enough for me.
Mhm.
And I never ever liked a big pipe organ. It always scared the mess out of me. So when I went into Agape, and it was like really a new wave.
Mhm.
Agape was a new wave because when I was trying to when we first started the show, and I said it's like we're on a wagon train across the desert. We're going out west. You
Yes.
know, it was like Agape was like going out west.
Yes.
It's like there was something very powerful happening there, and I don't even know if the people at Agape understand the dynamic that was happening at that time in Los Angeles, where you had
Hmm.
hippies. Now, I never identified people as no hippies, but they were hippies, man. You had hippies, former Panthers,
Yeah.
you know, and then you had people like me that weren't hippies or Panthers. We just were people who were artists looking
Mhm.
for a place to express,
Yes.
and many times looking for a gig.
Yeah.
That's how I got to Agape, just because it was a gig.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I got there and I saw the love, and that love came from all those different kinds of people showing up to love.
Yes.
And that music that began to define the community and refine it,
Yeah.
because what they were getting was the scripture reference through music.
Yes.
So it wasn't like do this, do that, do this, do that. Or if you don't do this, you're gonna go in hell to hell.
Yeah.
It was that God is love.
How about that?
That God is, what would happen if what Jesus said was real? He said, hey,
Yeah.
when you see me, you see who sent me. When people see you, they ought to see who sent you too.
Absolutely. And that's what I was taught.
Yeah,
It's like, baby, you the only Jesus anybody's ever gonna see.
yeah, yeah,
That kind of stuff. And
yeah.
it doesn't seem. I don't know. I may be wrong, but it feels like I feel like we need to express
Hmm.
more of that willingness to be that light that people see, no matter
Hmm.
what.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I think the focus a lot is on the weather, the climate, the politics, and all of that is happening,
Hmm.
and our response though is what is so important. And people, this love, this joy, this peace is real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the more people have the opportunity to express it and
Mm-hmm.
experience it, the better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I certainly get that from you. Always did. You know,
Ah,
always did. I mean, I
mm,
bless the artists that I got to walk with also,
mm,
that also had integrity. The singers
yeah.
who sang with me in the choir, you couldn't even join the choir unless you did service in the community,
Hmm.
which really defined a precedent. I mean, no, that was a precedent. Like, our choir was a different kind of body, and people
Yeah.
studied it because it was so successful. And there are people on the thread that were in that choir, and many on the thread who weren't in the choir but could bear witness to the
Yes.
sound of that choir and the intention of the music that was written for the choir.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I told a friend of mine in New York, Howard Johnson, who produced my first album, Slow Down Baby. Do you know about that, Valerie?
Your first album, Slow
Yeah.
Down Baby. I've heard the stories, but I don't think I've heard the music
Well,
ever.
I ain't gonna play it.
She gonna bring it out. Bring it out.
But here she go right here.
Come on, then.
See that? I was Boger, the first husband. Oh Lord. But anyway, we won't go down that one because he did what God had him do. He said, go to New York, and I did. So that was really great. I got to go to New York, and something happened to my camera there. I got to go to New York and not find Stevie Wonder, but it was still good. But the thing is, it's like when Howard Johnson, who produced that album, when I had a conversation with him, and I was like, I have a choir, and I'm and I write the music for the choir, and then we perform it. And he was like, "Oh," he said, "You're doing like Bach did." He said the same thing. He said the same thing Bach did.
Mm.
I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He was a music director at the church. He also created instruments, and wrote these. And it would be years before people would know who Bach was. I mean, his children were famous long before. I'm talking about Johann, but long before he was famous. His children were, but
Yeah.
he would write songs for the church and for the choir, and they would sing this music. He was like, "Yeah, you like Bach." I was like, "Hey, that's nice to hear." I was like Bach.
Well, I became a better musician because of the choirs. I
Yeah.
had to know all the parts. I had to know the soprano, alto, tenor, bass part. I had to know
Hmm.
the parts. I
Hmm.
even had to create them sometimes,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, and that made me a better musician. So,
So
absolutely.
you weren't trained as a choir director?
No,
Me
no,
either. That's
no.
my baby sister. I'm telling you, that's my little doppelganger.
Doppelganger. I've been, don't let me get started. I've watched Marvel comics, and all that stuff. Okay, never mind.
No, but I got a picture from the 70s with a hairdo like what you got.
Okay, everybody, this is how we are all the time.
All the time. Your daughter Georgia looks just like you from that album picture. That's Mardell.
Does I agree?
And her son looks like me too. He looks more like that than he does like like her. I was
Mm,
like, he's looking like, and Jada looks like that, my granddaughter.
yeah.
I remember when I won't share that story. Anyway, that was the way we were taught for real. What did she say?
Oh, Lynn.
Lynn Harrison.
Yeah, she's hi, Lynn. Sister
Ah,
Lynn from she's my sister from another mister.
all right.
Was
She's
in the choir, in the Inner Light Choir. She's at
mhm,
Heart and Soul now.
mhm. Good for her.
Thank you, Lynn.
You know what? I'm going to take this off and see if we can. What happens? Nothing. Well,
Uh,
tell us while I adjust this. I'm going to take us to this camera. That way at least we have
that's
a
good.
little more clarity. Yeah, honey,
Yeah.
I learned a little bit about this
Come
technology.
on now.
Sure.
It's
Tell us,
clear now.
Valerie, about what you're doing these days, expressing yourself and what you're learning that's fresh.
Whew. Well, um, I just turned in my dissertation draft. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm close to the end of this whole doctoral process. I still
Mm,
need to defend the dissertation and all of that, but the journey has been extraordinary. And what I'm doing now is kind of finding myself after. Thank you, everybody. Finding myself after this process. It's been so heavy,
mhm.
and now I'm having a chance to slow down and think and
Slow down, baby.
meditate more, focus on my physical health, my
Mhm,
emotional health, um, take walks, more
mhm,
walks,
mhm,
do more yoga.
mhm.
I'm just getting to be in my body more and see, there's a song you wrote, How Can I Serve Today? I'm
Oh,
totally in that right now. I'm
yeah.
totally in that. It's like, okay, I've known I was supposed to do this for forever.
Yes.
Most of my life, I've known that I was supposed to be here. Now
Mhm,
that I'm here, it's like, okay, how can I serve
mhm,
this me,
mhm,
this me? How can I
mhm.
serve?
I wish you could sing with me.
I wish I could too.
I'll do a verse and you do a verse. How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go.
How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will serve.
Who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today? Oh Lord, speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow.
Where you lead me, I will
Go where you
go
lead
stand
me,
firm.
I will follow. Where
Where
you
you
lead
lead
me,
me, I will go.
I will go.
I will go.
Yeah.
I,
So after working on that dissertation and turning it in,
Hmm,
and your dissertation is deep because it's you're talking about how the arts serve community,
yeah, yeah.
how the arts serve community,
Hmm,
and that's that's a brilliant caring.
hmm.
That's a brilliant caring, and I don't know. You might not want to talk about your dissertation on the air yet.
I,
Until
I can share what it's about.
okay, okay.
Uh, um, so the topic is using music to deepen cultural humility,
Woo!
a musical synergistic exploration of intercultural communication. So basically, bottom line, I'm talking about utilizing the power of music in research. Um, Cultural humility is a framework that was created by two African American female doctors. and they created it. It's a response to cultural competence training. I don't know if anybody can be really competent in anybody else's culture, let alone our own. Um, but it has specific things to think about. And actually, this is where I did the slide, Rickie, but I don't know if I know how to do it. Bottom, let's see, the other one, this one. The principles of cultural humility are lifelong learn. Oops, the other one, yeah, lifelong learning and critical self-reflection, recognizing and challenging power imbalances, institutional accountability, and I'm going to talk about the accountability to the institution of my life, and respectful partnerships. What I truly believe is that as we move forward, where we're going, we have to go together. There's no other way. Nobody is immune to what's happening on the planet. Nobody's immune, to anything that we're experiencing. Um, right now, and I truly believe that in order for us to be more effective in handling and addressing the issues of the day, we need to be able to talk to each other. We need to be able to understand our connection more. Music is the greatest example of connection that I know. And so I used musical conversations. I created um, musical conversations using a methodology in academia called synergic inquiry. That's why it says a synergistic musical exploration. But yes, that we are all connected. And that was my point. We're all connected, and look what we can learn from each other, with each other through music. And I had a research process where I talked with 5 different musicians of 5 different ethnicities, very, very different experiences, and very powerful experiences in terms of understanding what we can do with each other, how we can be with each other, how we can transcend our egos and really get some stuff done, and experience joy and peace. We see all this stuff on the news, and still there's all this beautiful music with people of different cultures playing together. So we have all the separation, and then we have the constant recognition and manifestation of people playing music together that don't have to be the same ethnicity, the same country. Ukrainians and Russians, all of that. We can make a difference, and we can shift this, and I really believe we can, but I don't believe we can do it unless we do it together. And one more thing, the harmonic structure, the mathematical harmonic structure that's in music, is sound, is the same in the orbits around the planet, around the sun, is the same in the space of the vertebra in your body, in atoms. It's everywhere. Nobody is immune to it. So I'm like, let's use this extraordinary power that we have to do something different. Can
Well,
we please?
you know what I like about academicians,
Oh, what's that?
folks who go to school.
Uh-oh, did I do too much now?
No, 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 no. I think that what's beautiful about the world, like Georgia says, diversity in nature is how the cosmos stays fluid.
Hmm.
Is that your conversation about it and your learning around it and your contributions now to it all add to something good. You know,
Yes,
I
yes,
mean, I feel like many times in academics, in medicine, in Western medicine, sometimes
especially.
they take something that's very simple and make it complex. But
Hmm.
that's all of that. The educational model, there wouldn't be no model if it was as simple as I see it. Because I hear it. Like I can hear it.
That's
This
it.
I can
Yes,
and I can hear it.
yes.
And when you can hear it, you can hear it because it's in you. And as much as I talk about myself and my inabilities to be still and to meditate and everything, it's like there's so much silence in my head
Mm.
that I can hear it.
Yes.
I can hear the song of God.
Yes.
I can sing it and somebody else can hear it. But I don't think you learn how to do that in a course.
No.
I think everything you've done loads into you and becomes part of your facility
Yes.
to do it.
Yes.
You know, and when you are, like you talked about, being yourself,
Yeah.
being truly being who I am, I'm going to be love because I'm love.
Yes.
My real self is love.
Yes.
You know, because I do believe in a creator.
Yes.
And I feel like, like you said, all the vertebrae, the atoms, the ionosphere, the parakeets, the termites, you know, everybody's tuned to a cosmic frequency that is so uniformly God.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You know, that is just like, you know, and
It's beyond words.
it's beyond words. So when somebody like Bobby McFerrin begins to sing, you can hear it in the frequency. You know he knows something. You know when you're listening to Bobby, you know he's a good person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because his
Yes.
music is doing something that makes
Yeah.
you better inside.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and that he's doing whatever it is that it's his to know and to learn. Everybody's got their journey of what we came to learn.
Yes.
You know, but it's so wonderful to see you unfold, to see you walk the journey that speaks to your heart,
Yeah.
to your mind.
Yes.
Because, girl, you know, I would not be in nobody college, but I sure will be there to see you graduate.
Thank you. Thank you.
If we get an invitation.
Oh, you gonna get an invitation. I want the world to know. This
When
has
you walk
been a
across the street,
journey.
when you walk across the stage, I'm gonna go like, that's my baby sister. Hallelujah.
I said I was thinking about not walking, and Angela, that's my wife, everybody. Angela was like, "Oh no, you gonna no." It wasn't
No.
an option not to
Well,
walk.
well,
So
speaking of Angela, Angela just walked herself.
she did.
She just
She
walked
just got
in New York,
a
right?
master's at Columbia University. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Angela is frequently in our thread here. And
and
I just call her Ange.
yeah, so do I.
Yeah. And she's
Yeah.
gonna be doing some incredible things with her doctorate. Yeah.
Already is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
already is.
Well, we're proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
I can't wait. Well, I can. You know, I look forward to, let me change my words. I look forward to
Thank you.
seeing how this journey through to get to this place with your dissertation, because it took a lot of soul searching, a
Yeah.
lot of nights. See, if you had known my mama 50 years ago, she would have wrote that for you.
Mm.
That's what my mama
Oh,
did. That's what my mama
wow.
did.
Wow.
My mother wrote dissertations for people,
Wow.
you know, not 50 years ago, more like 70 years ago.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what she did to feed us, you know, and get, you know, they give her a little money and she take that money and feed us, you know, but
Wow.
but you did your own work, your own inner work.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I have. And it's a blessing. That's why I say we have to be ourselves. If I didn't learn anything else, the conversation that I had with the musical conversation was about peace.
Mm-hmm.
We were sharing a song that represented a sense or an awareness of peace for us individually.
Mm-hmm.
And we shared those songs. We learned each other's songs and we played those songs together. And then we talked about what we learned about peace.
Yeah. It's
you
beautiful.
know?
That reminds me of the music symposiums that we used to do,
Mm-hmm.
where we learned each other's songs, and
Yes,
people. Mickey said that's what music does. It brings people together.
it does.
It brings people together. It's like that's what it does.
It does.
That's
It
why
really does.
that's why it's so special. Um, it's just been special in my life. You know.
Yeah, mine too. And I don't, again, I don't think that we can create shift unless we do it together. And music is the way I see it every day.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. It's and there is something I've been speaking with my daughter with regards to artists and how artists hold themselves in the real, and that they walk close with God, like they really get that their gift is from God.
Yes.
Because many people are finding, we're hearing these stories of people who are ODing and people who are sad
Yeah.
in their life, because and a lot of times you find people in ministry, people in business, people in education, folks who are unfulfilled because what they're teaching is not true to themselves. What they're playing is not true to their gift.
Hmm.
Like they didn't come here. That gift did not come here to do the same thing night after night, to be playing
Right.
behind somebody on the road who's got a
Right.
hit record. Like the whole construct of
Right.
what music is for has been
Right.
blown way out of context. I mean, it's become so commercialized, so
Hmm.
industrialized,
Hmm.
so minimized. Is there a certain word? It's minimized.
Yes.
It's so minimized and minimalized that it's for use to make money.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, the people who had these amazing gifts, many of them born for weaned in church,
Hmm.
in the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
for holy purposes, to bring people together, end up in positions where they got to do what they got to do, because that's your gig,
Right. Yeah. No.
and no cultural humility in that,
Right.
you know, we,
Exactly.
I mean, and you can, I mean, you can say, well, the music is bringing people together because everybody's dancing in the Coliseum and they're going, huh, huh, huh. I don't know if that's what togetherness is. That's,
No.
that ain't what, that's not the thread we're talking about. We're talking about that vibrational piece that
Yeah.
holds that holds the cosmos together, that is
That's
cosmic.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the
And
cosmic.
nobody is immune to that.
Mm,
Everybody is touched by that.
yeah,
Everybody.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I feel I feel like music is woefully underused
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
because I'm not here just to entertain people. I mean, I wish I could. That's not how I was built. That's not how I was
mm-hmm,
made up. I'm not even comfortable with that.
mm-hmm.
You know,
I used to entertain. Girl, I was a hot ticket
I remember.
at the bar,
I remember.
at the piano bar. But then there was a point where, like my coach, I had a coach, a performance coach, who really showed me how to read a song.
Mm.
I mean, y'all would like this story. This is a great story. I might have told it before on Soul Fulfilling, but it was like I was on the beach, Sidewalk Cafe, and I was discovered by somebody who said he wanted to show me how to sing, and he was like, "Open your eyes, open your eyes." He was a Jewish guy, you know,
Mm.
and I don't. He didn't go to the synagogue at all, but at all, because he was kind of like selling weed and stuff. But and that was drugs in them days. But I had just had Georgia, and I was singing at the Sidewalk Cafe with his father, and with my husband at the time. That was Ronald Muldrow, and uh and so this person came up. He said, "Open your eyes," and I was like, "What?" I'm looking at him like, "Dude, you don't tell me what to do right now." I didn't say that because even then I was cool. I was like, "Beg your pardon." And he said, "Open your eyes." And then he kept coming every week. And then we began to talk, and then he apologized for how he came on to me. He was like, "You just had a baby. You had every reason to have your eyes closed, to be singing so soon after having a baby, and you already had a little baby." He says, "Wow, I was way out of place." But he came to my house twice a week to coach me on how to read a song. And Georgia said it was jazz phrasing. And I ended up doing the same thing, coaching people how to read a song, not how to bellow it and now
Exactly.
you're gonna hold the note, and no, it was none
Yeah.
of that. It wasn't that
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it was how to read the song. He
Yes.
taught me how to do that, it's a deep thing, because once you learn how to do that, you can capture any room.
Yes.
So he would come to the he
That's
would
what
come
I'm
to the
talking about.
he would come to the bar and go like, "Those people over there are talking. I need you to get their attention." That would be my assignment, to
Mm.
get their attention. And I knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at, at
Yep.
one at one point, I didn't care. When I
Yeah.
found God, when I connected with the God in me,
That's
in the words of Tim McAfee Lewis, it was a done deal.
yeah.
When I connected with God, man, when I connected with God, I didn't care about the people in the corner.
Yeah.
I wasn't entertaining
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't an entertainer anymore.
Right. Yes, it's
We
the
were in
gift.
inspiration.
Sharing the gift of inspiration. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were
Yes.
there to inspire. We were there to encourage people toward a greater good,
Yes.
you know.
And I don't
Y-
want to be any other way.
Yeah. 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 And it's I see Kevin Ross. Hey, Mama Rick. Hey, Kevin Ross. That's Dr. Kevin. He just got
Doctor,
his PhD
well,
out of Harvard.
congratulations. I'm on my way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He just graduated from Harvard.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
but those of us who didn't go to school, we didn't go to Harvard. We went to church.
You know,
We can't beat up on our people who
yeah,
graduate
no,
from school.
all of it is good. All of it is necessary.
We need it all.
Yes.
You know what? But what I love about you were not just in school. You were also with Imagining Justice on the street. See,
Yeah.
the deal is like, you ain't just up in here, Tina.
Yeah.
You ain't just up in here. You are out there feeding the people.
Yeah. You know,
And that's the part right there.
I believe my whole life should be a life of spiritual activism, no matter what I'm doing. So
Mm,
being out on the streets and sharing with the unhoused is
mhm,
one way. Even choosing to use at cultural humility, which a lot of people just use as like buzzwords,
mhm,
and me talking about it as two African American women doctors created this and deserve recognition for the framework that it is. That's a part of spiritual activism too. And
mhm.
me singing a song, is a part of my whole life. Oh, what's that? Oh, did I do that?
No, but I think I did
Okay.
it,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Well, those are the phases of synergic inquiry. The musical conversation is self-knowing, other knowing, differences holding, and differences transcending.
See, you know what? That's deep. She's gonna be teaching that in college, and
I,
I'm gonna go like, Valerie, I get you.
I
I'm
just,
so proud of you.
I, oh, thank you. I just want us to be connected.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, they people say a Reverend Deborah used to say the only thing that needs to be healed is a sense of separation,
Hmm.
our
Hmm.
sense of separation. And I don't know if somebody said it before that, but that's where I heard it from.
Hmm.
And our sense of disconnection
Hmm.
is hurting us.
Hmm.
and we have something. The people on this call, we
Yes.
have something
Yes.
um, that is an antidote to that sense of
Yeah.
disconnection, and we need to just be it
Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's like this is,
just as we are.
I had the best seat in the house. This is Alan Lavitt. This
Uh,
is this is my little homie here, man. He was just beautiful. Yeah. Music does it. I'm glad that's what we have,
Me too.
you know. You know. And now I know I can make a change in my life and maybe yours. We need to make the choice to open up all the doors. Why must we feel the pain, misery, and agony when we could all coexist in freedom? Freedom. What is the plan for our freedom? Freedom for our sons and daughters. Freedom for earth, sky, and water. Freedom for earth, sky, and water. Freedom to dwell beyond the borders. I remember that song. That song was born at the time when they were locking up these little children
Oh,
and the ICE. Remember
yeah.
that? They still show up at people's houses and snatching people out who were not documented to be here in this country and putting them in cages. And it
Mhm.
was just and talking about the border and the wall that divided Mexico from what was it, Arizona or wherever it was. It's a time, and it's still that time
Yeah.
because that sense of separation that you were talking about, uh, it still looms large in our country, but we get it.
Yeah.
See, and the deal is like if we can love,
Yeah.
if we can live in a holy way,
Yes.
if we can do our best, just do our best, but really, really taking that time to do our holy work so that when we go into the world, we're not going out there crazy. We're going out there, you know, in like I did a program this morning with Love More called Balance with Love.
Mm.
That we go out balancing with love,
Yes.
allowing love to balance us,
Yes.
you know. And
Yeah.
this little part here, ain't that bad?
Yep.
Those of us born in the 60s, we like that. feels like Dusty Springfield. Mickey, you don't know nothing about that. Kevin Ross, y'all don't know nothing about Dusty Springfield. Y'all too young. But that part was a part that I got from a drummer. I didn't really write that part. That part was a part that was given to me back in the 70s, and I lost the drummers. I think he's passed on. His name was John Ayers, but he was a great drummer.
Mm.
And I had a song called I could remember. It's like I can remember when we used to be happy when we were together.
Mm.
But now those days are gone. Tears and memories stand in the wind that is past. Something like over the years. No, that was his song. That wasn't even my song. I came up with the hook. John Caesar, this was the hook. I can remember, I can remember. So I came up with that because you can remember that, right? You
Yes.
can remember that. But the kid, I mean, he was way younger than me. He was like 18 or something. And I was like, no, he was like maybe about 20. And I was like 27, 28. But when he came through my house and he was like, I can remember when we used to be happy when we were together. So his song was all about his heart.
Mm.
And then it was,
Mm.
and now I know I can make a change
Yeah.
in my life and maybe yours. I need you to. And then he said, You need to make the choice to open or unlock the doors you never could see. The pain moved over and under me. So come back and try again. I can
Yeah.
remember when it was like he was reaching out to her
Mm.
or him or whoever his partner was, right? So when I heard, so that song stuck with me.
Yeah.
All these years, that song has stuck with me. If
Mm.
it's a great song, it sticks with me.
Mm.
Whether it's anytime the hunter gets captured by the game, or you know what I mean, or
Yeah.
mother, you've gone from me and left behind so many memories. You know, here's your old. I mean, that lick, your
Yeah.
old. I listened to that record over and over again because I didn't know that it was going to become part of my music.
Mm.
And then
Mhm.
here I am in the middle of the day with this song that says, freedom,
Yeah.
freedom. This is a song about freedom, freedom for our sons and daughters, freedom for earth, sky, and water. Woo.
Yes.
Freedom. This is the song about freedom, freedom for our sons and daughters, freedom for earth, sky, and water. And now I know I can make a change in my life and maybe yours. We need to make the choice to open up all the doors. Why must we feel the pain, misery, and agony when we could all coexist in freedom? Freedom. What is the plan for our freedom? Freedom for mothers and fathers. Freedom to dwell beyond waters. Woo!
Yes.
And what gets me is like what we were talking about earlier. It's like all the ways that God has poured into you, Valerie, and to
Mm.
everybody on the stream, everybody in the chat room, those who are not in the chat but are on with us on YouTube, on Facebook, however it is that you are engaging. It's like all the ways that you've been blessed, all the ways that God has showered love on you. You know, the only payback is that you incorporate it in your living,
Yes.
that it becomes something, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
that my time with John Ayers, I don't know what happened to him, but that the song becomes me. It becomes part of me,
Yeah.
you know, so that and that it comes out in a holy way that brings some good to the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. And it exactly as you are. We have to trust that our authenticity is our greatest asset.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Our greatest
Absolutely.
accent.
Yes. And school is my thing. It's
Yeah.
not everybody's thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not even expecting that.
Look.
So
And you married somebody just like you. It's her thing too. I was like, wait a minute. Both of them getting their PhDs, right?
she said she's done with that stuff. She got the master's and she said it's only gonna be one doctor in the house.
Hey.
She's done, but she's a PhD in
Oh,
many
oh,
ways
she
anyway.
got she got the
In
masters.
the head and the heart.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she already is. You
Yeah.
know.
But yeah, it is our authentic. We're not gonna make the change if we're all sitting around doing what everybody expects us to do.
Yes. Yeah.
And the thing about music is we can't do, we always, as in our musical expression, I can't be anything other than me in my
Mm.
musical expression.
Mm-hmm.
And we if we can be who we are
Mm-hmm.
and know who we are, doing that inner work and
Mm-hmm.
understanding who we are, that self-reflection, and expressing that out, wow,
Mm-hmm.
what can we do?
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
and we're already doing it. I want to say that too, because
Yeah.
we are already doing the work. There's so many, we just don't get to see it on the news all that much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We listen. They're not going to put it on the news. This
Mm-mm.
last weekend was the Soul Sisters retreat, and it was so good. It was so good. But what was looming in the air the whole time was the hurricane, the hurricane, the hurricane. You know, and I was not looking at my phone because we came there and we promised to not to look at the cell phones
Mm.
except to take pictures if you want to take pictures. But people were looking at the cell phones, and eventually some things happened, and some people left. And uh, but as you well know, you know, it just kind of danced through Los Angeles.
Mm.
The outlying areas like Palmdale, Lancaster, I think, and you know, Palm Springs. The not but not Los Angeles. It's like I could feel that we were fine.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel that the rain was going to bring a blessing for us, you
Mm.
know, and because we need rain,
Yeah.
we need rain, you know, and now why did I start talking about that? I was talking about, well, anyway, it was good. You know, the rain. Oh, but the rain, the whole nature was speaking to me that all was well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I was making it up,
Right.
but that I would. But what I knew was when I knew, you know, it's like we with enough love,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with enough love and enough caring for each other, we can make it through.
Yes.
You know, that we would make it through. And what was funny to me was that some people thought that people would be safer in another part of the town. I'm going like, if the hurricane hit, it don't matter where you're gonna be. You just you want to be with God, and you want to be with people who know how to take care of you. But mostly, you know, we are, you know, we have to live from the good that we know, and there's no judgment. Everybody
Right.
has to make
Right.
their own decisions about everything, you know. But I'm just
Yeah.
really thankful for all the women who did show up for the Soul Sisters retreat. It
Mm.
was the last of that kind of retreat at Temescal Canyon. I will never go back there again
Oh no.
for a Soul Sisters retreat. No, it's got to be some other place, you know.
Mm.
You know, it's got to be some other place. It's got to be in North Carolina or Georgia, Florida. It's got to be someplace where we've never been.
Mm.
Someplace like I'm going to be in California, in Atlanta in September. I'm going to be in San Jose in September. You know, we could do retreats in San Jose. We
Mm.
could, you know, 1440. You know,
Yeah.
there are so many different places that we can stretch beyond the place that we've gone to every year, every year.
Mhm.
You know, it's like no, but it was good. And so here's a shout out to Karen Neumann, who brought her 91-year-old mother, who was
Wow.
the last of our Council of Wise Women
Mm.
who made their debut in 1999 with my mother, Lissa Sprinkles,
Wow. Wow.
Cat, oh man, Ferenza. I mean, we just Laveda Campbell, just some very powerful women who have all passed over now, you
Mm.
know. And the last standing of the original group is Mama Leanna
Wow.
from Santa Rosa.
Wow.
Yeah, at 91, she's holding it down. And so I just want to thank her for coming, and the mothers that brought their daughters, and you know, the sisters that showed up, the partners who showed up. It was beautiful. It was
I'm
beautiful.
glad.
Prayers on the beach early in the morning. We just had a good old time. So let's just be thankful for the ways we get to show up in the
Yes.
world. You know, I mean, we can't do everything, be every place, but
Yeah.
we can be where we are,
Yes.
fully
Yes.
present in our authentic self,
Absolutely.
you know, and you know,
And be a blessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, my salon in the desert flooded, but I know we are all working through this. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. We're working through it. You know what could have been, you know, I don't want to talk about what could have been worse, but I was thankful that hurricane showed up with some water,
Yeah.
or this tropical storm that we got, that it showed up with water, because what happened in Lahaina was a hurricane with no water, just hot winds, hot winds.
Yeah.
that destroyed the town. And those of us who've been to Lahaina and know about Lahaina and have sung at the Lahaina Cultural Center there know the great, great devastation
Yeah.
that is there. So we have our prayers, we have benefits in formation for the people, and our love is going out to all of our bee hoodies who are in Maui in particular. And those, I mean, because you know, you got, I mean, it's the islands. It's alive.
Yeah.
Pele is on it. You know, it's just the mother energy of that island of Maui is huge.
Yeah.
And that AI I mean, I'm not going to even get into the politics of AI and what they were making that place an artificial city and a smart city. A smart city. There was, you know, the convention, I think the conference was supposed to be this month.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you know, the elders of that place were nowhere involved in that kind of conversation. But the beautiful thing that I heard was that an elder, I heard this on an Amy Goodman interview. If you go to YouTube and you bring up hurricane in Maui and then in Lahaina, and you get a clip by Amy Goodman, she of Democracy Now.
Yeah.
Amy Goodman is awesome. She's an awesome journalist. She's interviewing this woman who is in government there and was very close to the elders that walked the land there, and that an elder's work had been burned to the ground. He had invested 50 years of his life in carving the history of Hawaii, and from 1500s on to the present day. They had maps. They had so much that they had collected. So much. And if you ever went to the Lahaina Cultural Arts Center, it was gorgeous with this history, and they had the production of the history. I mean, it was just, it was there, you know, it was there. They were proud of it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. And it doesn't exist anymore, right? And so, she had to break the news to the elder. And he said, we'll reseed it with taro root, with our crops, with our ways, with our traditions. You know?
Yes.
He says, we'll, you know, he didn't say that, but I said, we'll build back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the beginning.
Yeah. It's the beginning. Yes.
It's the beginning.
Yeah.
And so we pray for our friends and those, because like Valerie said earlier, we are connected, whether we know it or not. Hey, Charles, you know I'm connected to you.
Yeah, baby, bruh.
Oh, William Delaney. Yes, I will see you in September. We need to talk. You remember William Delaney, Val?
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture. Yes, I do.
From Hillside?
Uh-huh.
Yes. What did Mardell said? You can bring your retreat to Virginia. You know what I'm talking about, girl. You know, Inland Empire got hit hard. Yeah, some places got hit hard. But if you're on here and you're in the Inland Empire, what I'm saying is that you're here. That we are here. Yeah. You know, and so we can build stronger. We can build back. Yeah. And we hold our friends in prayer. And I just give thanks for our time together here on Soul Fulfilling. And I just thank my friend, my dear little baby sister. She one of many. I got about 10 of y'all. But this is the one most like me right here. This is the one most like me. She most like me, Ange. Hey, give us a closing prayer. Amen.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll do a song. So don't close the show out too fast there, Sue.
Okay.
When we want to thank Sue, Lingle for her production and for really helping us to keep everything together and highlight the comments to start and end the show. Oh, before we go, I also want to acknowledge that life coach Ade, his father made his transition. His father made his transition, and he'd gone back to Nigeria. and they were going. He made his way over to Nigeria, and that's where he passed. He wanted to die there, and his dream, his wish was fulfilled. And so our condolences are with his children, with our life coach Ade, who will be coming back on the show hopefully in a few weeks after he's had some time. And let's just hold his family in our prayers.
Yes. And even as we hold Ade, his family, we hold each other. I'm giving thanks in this moment for the recognition and the awareness that we are connected, that there's really only one of us here, that we're never alone. And I'm giving thanks in this moment for our evolution into higher understanding who we are individually and who we are together. Thank you. Let this be. And so it is.
God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be.
Amen.
Amen.
Love you.
Love you too.
Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say,